This is the KRMG Afternoon News with Skylar Cooper.
Go ahead, give it to me.
Well, the Storm Center might be active, but that's not going to stop us from checking in with BA City Manager Michael Spurgeon for a couple minutes. Michael, how you doing out there?
Skylar, I'm doing great. I've been looking forward to visiting with you this afternoon. I know you're watching the weather, so I'm ready to go with whatever questions you have, my friend.
All right, sounds good. And if anybody wants to chime in and ask a question, hit the open mic on the KRMG app. Right now, as far as you're concerned in BA, it's just pretty cloudy, but we might see some rain out there a little bit later. So let's see what's happening in town. I did get word that there's, I talk a lot about the streets. I got word that Olive, or 129th East Avenue, has a widening project starting. This between 61st and 71st. Just trying to picture it there. So there's a QT on the 71st side going up past, I guess that'd be past the Floral Haven area. So can you tell us a little bit about that project?
Well, quite frankly, that widening of that road is one of the most important north-south roads that we need to widen in our community. Voters in 2014 approved funds through the general obligation bond package to fund a portion of it. We went out and got a grant. And as you know, because we've talked for a couple of years now, is that we always have to get right of way and we have to relocate utilities. And we had to get some right of way in order to widen the road to 4 lanes from one of the property owners, that's Floral Haven. And they actually donated one portion of the right of way, but there was another that they wanted us to pay them for, and we couldn't reach an agreement. So we went to what is called a condemnation hearing, where there's 3 commissioners, and the commissioners awarded them $1.6 million for the value of that property. And that was 10 times higher than what our appraisal was. And it really set us back, quite frankly, Skylar, because obviously that really blew the budget in terms of being able to do this within the dollars we had available to get that to 4 lanes. And so now council has authorized the project to be redesigned. And once that revision is done, then we would be looking forward to get the right of way taken care of, get the utilities relocated, and then go out to construction, which might be at least another year to 18 months. And so a lot of folks in the community in that area are not real happy about it, but it's one of those where we have a budget and we just couldn't reach an agreement. But we're hopeful that we might be able to get somewhere with them.
So when you say redesigning, is it going to be maybe a simplified stretch, but it'll still be wider?
Well, the intersections are the most important areas because that's where you really move your traffic. And so we're trying to, bottom line is to redesign the project within the right of way that we've been able to acquire. So you could actually see a combination of the intersection being enlarged. We might have some 4 lanes in some of the areas, but some of the areas may be choked down to 3 lanes. I just haven't seen the redesign yet from Kenny Schwab, and probably should within the next couple of months, and then we'll take that to council. But it's very disappointing that we weren't able to get that because this is such a important, like I said, north and south road for our community. But I just want to assure everybody that we're committed to getting this done within the dollars we have, and hopefully it'll be sooner than later.
Broken Arrow City Manager Michael Spurgeon is with us live on the KRMG Afternoon News. We do this every Tuesday. It's called the BA Breakdown. And one of the big stories, it's been big for a while, and it will be until I'd say the foreseeable future. That is the planned outdoor amphitheater out there in BA, and I wanted to get an update from you on that today. I see the city council is going to be looking at part of that tonight. I guess that'd be the city's portion for what they're responsible for, the roads out there, actually, while we're talking on roads. So what is it they're going to be considering tonight as far as the Events Park project?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because it's been a month or two since we've had a conversation about it, but there are some exciting things happening this evening. The council is expected to award a contract for about $17.7 million to Crossland Heavy. They will be the project manager, and they will be doing some portion of the work, and that's going to be for the infrastructure work that we're going to be doing in the events park for the amphitheater, which includes the renovations to the entrance, the parking, and other related improvements. And so we're excited to get that started. Secondly, is that in the next few days, the street department for the city is going to go out and start doing site clearing and putting up silt fence for one of the ingress egress roads that we're going to be building as a part of this project to the east of Rosewood School. And also we're, basically in the process of doing some additional design for some of the work that we're going to be doing on a couple of other roads in the area. So, it's all coming to fruition now, and we fully anticipate to be, if council awards everything, under construction for the projects related to infrastructure projects related to the amphitheater within the next 30 to 45 days.
I think last time we talked about it, we had mentioned that Events Park was going to close to the public for construction. So is that on the same timeline, you think, next month or so?
Yes, it is. Actually, we're scheduled to close the park at the end of this month. Unfortunately, it is going to be as temporary as possible. We hate to do that because it's such a well maintained and well used park, but safety comes first. And so we want to make sure that we do that. But this is an opportunity, if you look at it, to flip the script here, and the folks can see so many other great parks that we have in our community. Nienhaus, Central Park, and we've got so many others all around the community. Plus, this summer, Elam Park Phase 1 is going to be open. We'll be talking about that probably in the month of June. We're just a few months away from that. And so it's a great opportunity for folks to get into other parts of the city where they may not always go and enjoy those facilities as well.
We talked recently about the city budget. You've been working with the city council, proposing a big budget for fiscal year 25. And I understand that the public will have a chance to hear some of that pretty soon. There's a public hearing coming up, right?
There is. We had a great workshop last week, the city council, and I presented to the governing body a $491 million approximate budget. It could go down some is because we may award some contracts for projects next month. Yes, June 3rd is going to be the public hearing date. That's going to be on a Monday because we do our council meetings on Mondays in June, as you know, because of Tuesdays in the park, which you and I basically went live a year or so ago and to do the show. But that's the opportunity for folks to come out. There'll be a small presentation from Cindy Arnold, the finance director, and myself, and we'll basically share the highlights of the budget, and it'll be a good opportunity to get feedback. And then if everything goes well, the council would consider adopting the budget on Monday, June 17th.
All right. Well, we'll follow along with that and everything else. Michael, we got to check in with the Storm Center, so I got to let you go. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Be safe, my friend. Talk to you soon.